Hello everyone, and welcome to the Deeply Renegade podcast. My name is Molly, also known as Deeply Renegade, and I'd like to welcome you guys to episode 169, I'm guessing. We'll figure it out. And today is Saturday, February 11th, 2017. So, yay! We are actually recording in the daylight. It's actually maybe even a little bit early for this room, but whatever. It's sort of criminal to not be outside today. It's almost a little bit too warm. Which is totally crazy making to me, like, wandering around barefoot in February and being like, it's such a lovely day! I should be wearing sunblock. But that is the mind-bending shenanigans of living in Texas. It's not supposed to make sense. So, welcome. Thinking about it, my projects are probably in a little bit of a disarray, but I decided to just go ahead and record anyways because the sun was shining. And it hasn't been that way in some time. This one shouldn't be too bad. So this is my simple sock, which is out of my handspun. So this is the Happy Hooves Enchanted Knoll Happy Hooves bat. That's a 3-ply fingering-ish, maybe thinner. And I am pretty close now. I finished up my gusset decreases and now only a little bit more to go. So probably another inch or inch and a half before I start the toe. So pretty cool with that. Like, I knew this yarn was sort of rustic, but I ended up passing around it at night, and nobody wanted my socks. They're like, why are you doing this to yourself? So, apparently, this yarn is yarn that only I deserve, so... Everyone agreed. And I'm gonna have like a ton left over of this for like the first time ever, so I'm not sure what's gonna happen with this bad boy. I'm sure what's gonna happen is it's going to felt terribly or do something awful, who knows. But the yarn itself is pretty. And we're actually getting true to color sorts of impressions of it. So there's just like a little hint of purple and then greens and blues. And this one hasn't had as much of the sparkle attack that the other one had, but whatever. So it's coming along. It's almost done, but I just had to be like, nobody wants it. Whatever. So those, I might be able to finish them this week. That'd be nice. Depends sort of on how much knitting time I'm devoting to it. I don't know. See how that goes. So the other thing, which is hanging out deep in my bag, and I apparently wasn't good for knitting on this last night, but this is my Out of Darkness shawl. It is a Boonitz pattern, and I've started into the lace. I'm trying to figure out the best way. There we go. That's not too bad. And this is actually probably a more true color as well. But you're not getting the bead sparkle. It's very subtle, the bead sparkle. So this is coming along, but I was sort of making crap up last night. Like, I realized I needed to do a little bit of rejiggering in order to make the pattern work, and then I think I just totally went off the rails. And where I went off the rails, I'm not sure. Like, I'm not sure what happened, but I wasn't good for the lace pattern last night. But I was having problems where I wasn't able to get going in the pattern. So I think the stitch count is now correct. There was some sort of funny business going on where I was off by a stitch. But now it should be okay. So I don't want to like go back too far, but I probably have like one legitimately good lace repeat, and then I don't know if this is where things started to go a little bit strange or not. No, that one should be okay. I just need to get lined up on the pattern, I think. Or it'd be the case where all of this lace line is coming in, I have yarn overs where I shouldn't, so it's probably somewhere here that I just need to concentrate for a little bit and get it reestablished. So I did decide to do chart C, and I'll just live with the fact that I might need to get another ball of this colorway in order to finish it off, because that shouldn't be the end of the world. Or I will succeed. Options. But it seemed close. It really did. I found a project with really detailed yarn usage notes, and it seems like I might be okay, but sometimes this feels so. What is it? I was starting with the 6s, and then I'm now onto the 7s. I switched to the 7s in order to weigh the shawl to figure out how I was doing on yarn usage. Did this little chart and then realized I had made like a really big mistake and had to rip it all back. And when I ripped it all back, I switched back to the 6s, did that chart, then switched to the 7s where I was supposed to for chart D. So it's coming along. I have a few more rows without beads, and then it'll launch back into beads again, so that'll slow me down a little bit. And an interesting thing is, because this is a single yarn, stretching, I was having problems using the crochet hook with it. It was splitting the yarn, and I didn't need my single to be like half broken. So that's the primary driver for why it is I decided to go with the Super Floss, and they're about the same speed. The nice thing about the Super Floss was the fact that I could have multiple beads on it, even if it wasn't necessarily super fast, because I had the perfect beading hook, and I think I've lost at least 2 of them. I'm not sure. Or the perfect beading hook came in a set of itty bitty crochet hooks, and then I lost the perfect beading hook, and then I had to buy a standalone one, and the standalone one just wasn't as good. So I'm not sure the standalone one would have been any better. It's sort of the case where with this finger and weight yarn I needed a big hook, and so using the Super Floss like beading wire seemed to be the right choice. So it is coming along, and this is my project for the ongoing knit along, which is the mostly fine cow. So this is my light fingering yarn getting turned into a shawl. And so far it's been a very interesting pattern. It's interesting how the lace is building on itself. It's not the typical way that I would expect lace to expand and build, so that's been mind tickling. Maybe a little too mind tickling for after work on Friday, but well. So I did get a little bit more done on the turtle cozy, but I'm probably not gonna work on it for a couple of days. So the friend that I am knitting this for is having a party, and I will get some tortoise time at the party to figure out if the turtle cozy is going to work in its current form or if I need to knit more on it, that sort of thing. But it does look like it's probably big enough to accept all the spikes, unless it's too big. Who knows? So it is some sort of covering. This would be slightly easier if I owned a tortoise of the same size. So this is going to be, I had to show people, which is why it was in my bag, but I'm probably not going to be working on it this week. And I just stick it on these other double points for the purposes of measuring, and then I just knit them off, because the silver double points that I have go with these ones. And then I just stop in the middle of my other one, because I only have 4 of these blue ones. 4 4s in my double point collection. So we shall see how much further this goes. I don't think I feel quite motivated enough to start on the bottom until I get some time measuring the turtle to make sure that it fits. I was sort of half tempted to just send this with my friend and be like, how is it looking? Take pictures. Whichever way. And I am working on something new. This is a continuation of the waffle pattern. So this is going to be a fingerless mitt for my friend who got the waffle hat, and she really likes the waffle hat. It is the appropriate style. So we're talking something along these lines, and then what I'm going to do is use black yarn to pick up and make these different sections, and then still have like a spot for the thumb. So I got our measurements. I'm not sure which end I want to start on. I think it might just be one of those peasant thumb activities, but who knows. But I made my first panel with approximately half the remaining yarn. Somewhere deep within the bag. Oh, that's not coming. Here we go. So, approximately half the remaining yarn. I sort of ended it close to a repeat of sorts, so that where I had started in the little panel was about where I ended if you had mirrored it. I thought that was appropriate. I probably could have maybe done one more row, but whatever. Extras are probably fine. So here's the panel, and then the remaining yarn, which isn't a whole lot. I had like, whatever, 31.5 grams or something like that, so. And then this is most of that, and I've done a little bit on this one today. So cast this on last night and finished it this afternoon, and then cast this on this afternoon as well, to get that part over with. And then I'll have to think for at least a little bit as to how I'm going to turn it into mitts with the limited yarn. But I do have apparently on this one. But what I do have is some Cascade 220 that I think will round this out fairly nicely. So this is a pretty decent amount. I think this is leftovers from a hat in black. Looks good with everything. So I'm just going to round out the rest of the mitt, and probably what I'm going to end up doing is picking up all of my edges and then actually knitting this way in order to make the rest of it. So I'll probably start from the top, I'm guessing. I just have to figure out which end is the top. It might be this end because it's a little bit more stout. So a little bit more fabric there. And the waffle fabric is very stretchy, and I think it's cool how it worked up in the handspun. So every row is a different color, and you can actually see the colors because it is daylight out. And this is pretty close to true to color. I swear there's more red in this, but it's not really coming across. But it's totally not my normal color, so I'm glad I found the right person for it. I was undecided when I bought the fiber in the first place. But I was just it turned out so nice. Like, it was an orange spin, but it turned out so nice. So, I haven't even made a project page for this, but I'll figure something out. I'm just making crap up. I have a vague idea about what I wanted to do, and now I'm implementing it. So, maybe it will be ribbing in the other direction too, or whether or not this is, because this sort of has like a welted thing to it, which also acts as ribbing as well. So, I know, it's just been cool. And it also looks pretty interesting on the backside as well. It looks more cohesive. In this way, it looks like they're different colors. From this direction, it's a little bit more patterned. So, started that last night. I'm sort of just trying to work on it because winter doesn't last all that particularly long. If it's, I don't know. Let's see. Oh yeah. 83 right now, guys. It is. It really doesn't feel like winter at all. Now, there probably will be some other winter event, but there wasn't really too much. Or there's probably just enough winter event to kill some of my bushes, and that's it. Like, it got down to 19, guys. But, oh. So, what I ended up, I think that's all the knitting. And so some of that's sort of hibernating. Like, it's a lot of projects for me right now. And I don't know if that's just because I've been feeling sort of crazy lately. Because what I would really like to do, probably today, hanging out in the upstairs, is to wind these bad boys for mindless knitting. And start on another Viajante. So, because that missed out on my winding all of the things that happened last week. I don't know. So, or maybe reading the pattern of my shawl and figuring out if I'm doing 1 or 2 repeats of that lace pattern. Full shenanigans, but there has been some spinning, but not as much as has been in the last couple months, I think, from my crazy plan to spin my bin. Let's see if we can gently get the wheel in position. So, that isn't even the right position. See, that's not. Let's try this. Here we go. So, this is my Nest Yuletide, which is a Super Rush Merino silk. I have this much left of the first half of it, and the other ball of it is sitting back on the couch. So, I'm almost, however, what would that be? I don't even want to math right now. There's fractions, so this is 1/3 of a braid. So, what would it be? So, and this is a part of my 2017 Completely Twisted and Arbitrary Spin the Bin. So, I am working on the solid ply. I finished my combo spun ply, and then I'm going to be working on the variegated ply. And I might just strip it pretty fiercely for the variegated ply. So that'd be more fun to spin. I know, I haven't been much in the mood for spinning for whatever reason. Or that I have too many knitting projects and that's where all my energy is gone. I don't know. What have you. But I did get a chance to work on it a bit today. And was sort of hoping to finish off at least the half of it, my 1/6 portion. I don't know. That's only third part. I don't even know. Not right now. Sorry about that. My husband was calling for me. Hopefully you heard that. Not right now.
You recording?
Yes. You did not hear me. Oh, so it's going along slowly. What would it be? I don't know why does I have more knitting mojo right now than spinning mojo, but who knows? Let's see. I don't know, there's just something about 83 days or 83-degree days in February that sort of puts you off the sweater knitting or something like that. But I don't know. And I had all sorts of crazy other plans, which were what is it? So I'll have to figure something else out, but that shouldn't be too crazy. I don't know, just been wanting to cast on all things when really I should be like finishing things, or maybe that's just, I don't know, it'd be sort of the case where like I find my ability to finish things to be a virtue, but I think it'd be the case where, how would I explain this? It'd be the case where I think I put that ability to finish things into my knitting because that doesn't work very well in my work life, and right now I want to finish things in my work life, which apparently means I just want to be in all sorts of crazy directions with respect to my knitting life. So I find that to be interesting. I don't know if you guys ever, that feeling where you want your hobby to be the opposite of your professional life. I don't know. That's interesting. So, I don't know, and it's gonna be probably, it's been a crazy year so far, and it's going to continue to be crazy at least for a couple more months. So at least the rest of February and pretty deep into March, and then I will be all squee because Judith McKenzie. I have not been pulled from any of the waitlisted classes I put in for, but I'm hopeful. So hopeful. I don't know, whatever. So it'd be the case where I don't know why that's why I'm all out of character, because I'm doing different things. And just to mention, so this shawl that I'm wearing today wasn't actually knit by me. It was a gift from my mother-in-law that she actually had contract knit, and oh, it's filleted? I don't even remember the pattern, but this was my something blue in the wedding shawl because pretty much everyone wanted to give me something blue. I was like, when blue's your favorite color, then something blue is like totally where the wedding stuff's at. And I didn't get to wear it on my wedding day, but I did get a picture of me in my dress with the shawl, so that was important. But it was like 83 degrees in June in Michigan. So I only got one comment about my lurid blue lights last week. It is possible to get to change out the fluorescent bulbs, or maybe there's just a different way of implementing lighting, which doesn't involve crap that's lying around the house. Not sure. Who knows? And then one other thing before I forget, because if I am anything, I am an awesome enabler. So, what would it be? So it was the case where I ended up, whether one of the women by knitting group has become obsessed with shagu needles, and I'm obsessed with shagu needles too. This is fine. So for the rest of the month of February, Grandma's Hand Knitting shop on Etsy, which they're based out of Minnesota. They sell shagu things on Etsy. But for the rest of February, if you spend more than $20 on our Etsy store, you get 45% off. This is ridiculous. So I directed her to the site and then saw this ridiculous sale. So I ended up buying the one remaining set of the shagu mini needles. So I'm gonna have sizes 1.5 to 000 in an interchangeable needle set. I am very confused and mystified. And like I got like ridiculous discount on it. So like $35 off for the set. Crazy. So I'm really excited about that. So if you're thinking about buying an interchangeable set, it's totally in the sale. And they have them, excuse me, like the full-on full sets available in the shop. So I don't know, it was pretty cool. I don't know why all these things are sold, but they have all sorts of great things, so I'm not sure what's going on. But it's just such a ridiculous deal. Like, I was like, you know what? Been looking at it. I almost bought one when I went to Stitches, Texas, but there was a weird situation which then decided I didn't want to spend money at either of their shops. So I've had really good luck and good service with this particular seller. So for the rest of February, it's going to be a ridiculous sale. Or they just sold everything in their shop and there's nothing left. I can't tell. Sometimes it's a little easier to do it from the computer than the phone. But so I just want to let you guys know because that was crazy. So if you're looking, and there's also collage sets as well if you're not a shagu fangirl. But I just needed to let you guys know because it seemed like quite the steal. Just saying. Okay, is there anything else I wanted to talk to you guys about? So I should be able to record next week. That will be the 18th or 19th. I'm guessing 19th, because I'll be going to a party. So hanging up the turtle, so I can give you the turtle update on the 19th. Perhaps it will finally be complete. Maybe not, but maybe. We can be optimistic that it'll be over. And we'll see if I cast on anything new or if I'm gonna lock down and finish things. I'm not sure. We'll find out. I might wind the balls anyways because it's so exciting. I'm really curious about how it's going to turn out. I think that's everything. So make sure to post your progress photos and chatter in the Mostly Fine Cal. And I look forward to talking to you guys next week. So take care, guys. Bye bye.